Hello Knights, today I want to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 official trailer breakdown of the good things in the trailer and the bad for me. Some things concern me, and this is only constructive criticism because I want the game to succeed. Hello, let's start the trailer breakdown.
Peggy 18.
I really was unsure at this part because it looks so 1800s, like the Victorian age. I thought they want to develop a Victorian kind of age game too. I thought Henry was singing in the church. It took me a moment there to realize it was Hans Capon. It's funny and dark too. Like how the game is now, I realize it the third time I'm watching it. It's good that Henry and Capon are the main focus here, because the chemistry between them, I feel it was one of the most creative and funny in the previous game.
But now we can finally show you Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
That's awesome. So he wants to fire, they fire some weapons here, like you can see before this at the start. I think he wants to fire this weapon. I don't think there's anything else. And there's another cannon there or something just before this. Here. So it's like, no, it's a rifle kind of thing. And the first thing we see in the trailer is sieges, and that's the thing that concerns me the most about the game besides firearms. What I mean is that I don't like firearms in medieval games and cannons, if there are any. I don't like them because because when I think about the medieval ages, I think about honor and bravery, and firearms takes those out for me. Like, it takes the bravery out and the honor. We're not not the first type of firearms which were slow and almost useless, but later firearms and cannons I think are OP. Like the fight in what it was called today, it's Turkey. It was in the movie Kingdom of Heaven. Like, when one side has the firearms and cannons, is always OP and overcomes easily the other. And of course, in a game, if that's not balanced, it can also be OP and take the fun out of it, some fun out of it, I mean. That's my opinion, of course. Yours can be different. The side that had them in history, because it's more of a historical game, had the advantage from the start with no tension, I think, of the battle there. This is more concerning to me for like a third game, if there will be any in the future, of the setting in KCD. Will that be harder to balance? And the second thing is how the combat is more fit for 1v1. But to say more things about the first thing is, the third game, if there will be any, if this one sells well, there will be more in the future. I think how this is in the future of KCD1, if there's not any other type of game, maybe like Henry's Legacy. And of course firearms develop more, so because this is how history went. So I really don't want to see that in a medieval game. I really want to play with crossbows at most, which were the most powerful type of... arrow bolt kind of thing, and be an archer. The second thing is the combat was more fit for 1v1, and you had to 1v1 even in a 1 versus 2 fight, because otherwise you got killed, and you had to go to a place where it was hard for the AI, like high ground, with rocks to come at you, to take out maybe the first guy with the arrow and then fight the second, or fight one at first with the sword and the other. It was cool if you could push one guy to the ground or over the castle in this case, because there are sieges, then quickly change to the other, and it will be cool to manipulate siege engines, and have many more people on the screen at the same time. Like one of these, like in Bannerlord, you can get behind instead of with this guy. You pull the lever and the siege engine can go. It's also great that we have destruction of castles and debris from that, and it can fall on you and stuff like that, like in Bannerlord, and it can kill you. Also, is good that we have, I think we have more NPCs in the screen at the same time.
I always dreamt of leaving this place. Becoming more than a peasant.
Like there was a scene around here. You can see many more NPCs, so that's awesome. Hopefully there can be way more NPCs on the screen. In a siege, especially, or a big field fight.
You finally become a man.
It's also great that they kinda kept the same guys as villains. You can see around here this guy from the first game. We are also emotionally invested in them from the first game, and we'll be curious to see what goes next for them, what stories they have, how they develop. Everything looks so detailed. Hopefully my PC can handle it. Just made one that can handle the first KCD high settings, and now I need to make another. Henry also looks more detailed and mature. That's one thing I wanted to change a bit from the main game. Henry looked kinda young and innocent in the first, and I know it fitted the story very well, but throughout the game story you could not make him look more fierce and mature, even if you tried hard. Like even if you try change his hairstyle and stuff like that.
This place.
I hope the game has more activities you can do in the villages and towns, have social relationships with people and favors, and get favors out of it, or rewards when you need them, and secrets to discover about other characters and places. Because first KCD had a quest with the priest, or the quests with the priest. I forgot his name, were the most funniest in any game and interesting. I hope we can have more like that. That was my favorite quest of any game of all time. I mean, that was amazing in the first game. When you get spoilers, drunk with the priest, and you do funny stuff. So yeah, I want to see that. I didn't expect that, so for my expectations.
Becoming more than a peasant.
To comment a bit on the armors. The armors also look sick. You can see them better in the daylight. Here they look very detailed, Hopefully we can combine pieces of armor and they can fit nicely with one another, because the minor issue in the first game was when you put like big armor as an inside layer, and outside you had like clothing, and you used to pop out of the clothing sometimes. It didn't bother me much, but it could be cool if we can see an improvement like here.
The trouble with an adventurer's life, it can end before it gets started.
Here we see sieges again, so I think it will be a main focus of the game this time around. Also because Daniel Varvra said that now we face problems of kings, not of small lords and villages. So problems of kings are sieges, usually worse.
Congratulations tonight. You finally become a man.
That was cool too. The environmental killing. Oh, I want to comment here. I didn't. You can see this wood in front of the army. Protective wood, I'll call it, in front of the army. Maybe we can choose to have different strategies during the siege. We can choose the strategy, and then we have a different outcome because of that, and that will also add more replay value. Also environmental killings, let's say like push someone
Congratulations tonight. You
out of a
finally
rock
become a man.
like this. Height killings. And horseback fights are also cool. You can see Harry goes through some up and down moments here, and that will be cool to see in the story.
Wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry.
And we can see the sword made by his father. To give him courage is awesome. That should be his legacy. Give it to his son in the second or third game. Awesome. So here we can see we have fighting from horseback and crossbows, and lots of new fighting moves, real life style. Impress me, and that's awesome. This doesn't want to work like this. Okay.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter.
I love the first game for that, for the real life type of moves in the fighting.
To men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done.
Don't like the firearm scene. I think it takes the bravery out for me, because you can hit, maybe, I don't know for sure, but if you can hit from a long range, like I thought at first, it won't be much fun for me in the game. So I don't think I'll use them. I like crossbows and bows more.
Oh, merciful God.
Be kind and protect us.
I think the explosive barrels are kind of cool. We should be able to put them in such places that will kill more soldiers or destroy essential parts of the castle if you play a rogue type of character, and it will be cool to be able to create distractions with it.
Hello and welcome. My name's Tom McKay, and together with Luke Dale, we're here to present the first in-depth look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, an action RPG set in a realistic world of the late Middle Ages.
We're in Kuttenberg, a gorgeous city at the heart of...
So now we play around Kuttenberg. That's awesome to see more of the Bohemian region, but hopefully we can get back to a remade Skalitz or the whole map for a nostalgic trip during the game most important moments. Like also see some original places more developed, like the town of Henry from the DLC, forgot his name. See what changed because of his actions.
Europe, but also at the heart of KCD2. So let's take you in.
Also, it's great that Warhorse kept the original cast of characters for the most part, because we are already emotionally invested in them, and it makes us curious to see how they developed and what is the continuation of their story.
Into the world of the game with the help of Warhorse, the creators of this medieval saga.
It's almost exactly 10 years since I was doing a video like this, introducing our new game. It's almost exactly 6 years since this game called Kingdom Come Deliverance was finally released. So now it's a perfect opportunity to show you what we have been working on those 6 years, which is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And where else to do it than in this magnificent
2019 I made my new computer to play KCD1. Now I have to make a new one. Play this one.
Back then, 10 years ago, at the beginning, it was only 11 of us in a small office. Now it's 250
Games
people
are hard to make,
working very hard for years to bring you the ultimate medieval RPG adventure.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 follows the adventures of Henry, a young lad who barely survives the invasion of a raiding force on his village. Henry embarks on a quest of revenge against those who butchered his family and burned his home to the ground.
As a trusted squire and friend to young Sir Hans, our hero Henry is sent on a simple mission, but things turn ugly very soon.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a continuation of Henry's previous adventures, but the story's written in such a way that it's perfect for newcomers to Henry's journey.
Henry is a character that I think everybody can identify with, because he starts off as a kind of nobody.
That's the best thing. That's the best start in a game.
With all these immense challenges.
Then be like
and
a god.
I feel like everybody can relate to that.
Yeah, of course.
Hans is all the kind of fun times and all the kind of ebullience and joy.
It's I like how there's like more funny quests in the game with Henry and Capon, and hopefully other characters, maybe we can see the priest again, or new funny characters, and also myths and legends from that period.
Hans really helps him to do that.
Whew. You were right about our stench.
This is funny.
This water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
Makes me laugh every time I see it.
About it being too deep.
And I think the game here implies that there will be swimming in the game. Hopefully we can see some activities related to that.
Come on.
What we are making now is what it was supposed to be in the beginning, but we were not able to do it because we didn't have enough resources and experience and all that stuff.
First game was amazing
The
though.
concept works, and now we can take it to another level.
It has its
which
limitation,
we
but
always wanted. The game
everything bigger and longer and more detail is also good, and you already have quality in your game like KCD does.
is much bigger in scope. Original game we had, I don't know, 3 hours of cutscenes. Now we have more than 5.
That's
Regarding
awesome.
the size of the world, it's 2 times bigger than it
Can't wait
was.
to play like crazy.
The story is longer and much more epic. So previously it was about an issues of small nobility with bandits in their villages. Now it's about problems of kings.
I don't think well, I think problems with small nobility and small villages was also very good because it's very rare approach in movies and video games. It's always about the kings, but that's cool too for me. It's like not a problem. But KCD1 was also unique because of that, because people also care about this.
This is a behemoth of a game in comparison to the first, in my opinion. I think it's got so much more energy and pace and adventure and action and fun and trial and tribulation and just everything that you could want from setting up the characters so beautifully in the first game and then throwing them out there and going, right, let's see what you're made of. This is going to be so much fun.
Henry is a young guy, so he's not really like so deeply entrenched in his already, you know, set character traits. So you can build your Henry in a different ways.
And that all means that it's actually on you who you want to be. You can save the world.
That's awesome. Variety in the ways you can play is always also great for replayability. I want to finish it at least 3 times in different ways, so hopefully mods can be a thing too this time around if the game is so much bigger in scope.
Or you can help to punish it for its sins.
That quick move was like sick, really sick. And combat looks even more sick with quick moves from the real life. I love the combat in the first one, and I thought it's a stronger point. It seems so in the second one too.
The combat is also historically accurate, but we don't want to
These
do
quick
that for the
movements,
historical
man.
reasons or something.
So cool.
We want to do that for the immersion, and we want you to feel the sword in your hand.
That's great.
We want you to feel threatened by the enemies on the battlefield. We want you to fight for your life.
As far
Awesome.
as missile weapons go, we added new type of weapon. We added cross.
I think the animation for the crossbow is really cool. I love it.
So
Look at this.
some early fire.
Seems so detailed. I still don't like the firearms.
Kingdom Come feels like the good old school RPGs. It will always surprise you what you can and cannot do.
You know, you can be better in combat. You can be a sweet talking guy who talks his way out of problems. You can be a charming knight.
Here I kind of was hoping to see Teresa. I don't know if she's still alive because I still didn't finish the first game, but I was hoping Harry got to settle already with Teresa, or at least have her around, and also have the option to have other romance possibilities if the player wanted to. And outcomes from that. I want Henry to settle already and have maybe a house and a kid or 2. Maybe not from other women, but from his woman, from his wife, that can grow and have them in a fight and as companions and teach them sword fighting or how to read or blacksmithing or anything like that. Because in the first game Henry already went from girl to girl, and it's the right time he settles.
You can be a thief, you know, a scoundrel. Anything you do will be recorded. People will remember it. If they saw you do.
Yes, your actions should have major changes on the world around you and your character. That will be awesome. It will feel like your actions matter. A lot more.
Our crime system will react to that.
For example, when you are, I don't know, drunk and naked, people comment on that on the street, and now you can also reply. You can tell them, oh, I'm sorry, or you can tell them, piss off, man.
If you do a lot of criminal stuff around the village, people will start to be suspicious.
We should
they
be able
will
to
treat you differently.
recruit
Try
like
to make
bandits
these
and
little
do stuff like
things
that, like bigger in
collapse
scope,
into, like,
in an evil way.
where your actions are really reflected.
It will always
That will be cool.
surprise you what can be done in Kingdom Come.
This game is back. Love it. Crafting should be a main activity too. Doing blacksmithing, leather work, and all stuff like that. It will be awesome. And alchemy, I loved alchemy. Spent lots of time with it.
We are moving to different places, so
Not that much with blacksmithing, cause my mouse wheel is broken, so I cannot do that right. But with alchemy, yeah, a lot of time I spent with it.
map is taking place on the actual place that's called Bohemian Paradise.
That's
And
cool.
it's really beautiful
Nature is represented
with,
very well in
quite
this
unusual
engine.
rocky formations
CryEngine,
all
maybe?
around. And then
Still?
we are moving to totally different, rather
That's awesome.
barren
Variety is awesome.
countryside
In the terrain too, in the map.
surrounding huge silver mining, very rich cities.
Huge City got my PC, but I cannot wait to see it. Hopefully we can have like political issues and we can choose sides with different
So this is
outcomes.
big city.
The Gutenberg is a huge step forward for us, and it was, I would say, biggest challenge in the game. Because from those small outskirts and small cities, we are really getting in the one of the richest cities in the medieval Europe.
And it's really big.
I think the engine really encourages exploration in this game. We have secrets again
It's even
all
too
around
big, in my
and
opinion.
Easter eggs.
We are trying to go beyond that usual muddy, dirty, medieval world, dark ages.
Don't try to
where
go away
everyone's
from it, it's
dying,
awesome.
From famine and war.
It was really like colorful. Like it wasn't dark at all.
Like I hope they still make
We have really beautiful
Kingdom Come
environments,
Deliverance 3 and
like
stuff like that in the
players should
medieval
go
ages.
and explore
Not like go in the
those,
future
like,
with the games.
little woods and
Yeah, CryEngine
beautiful
is
rocks and
really looking
castles.
The thing that
great.
I love about the game most is
The forests look great in
wandering
it.
around, because the nature is
They look
really
natural.
beautiful. It's really
Yeah, look at
serene,
this
peaceful,
detail.
and it's full of
There is.
secrets.
I'm gonna spend lots of time in here. I think those rocking can see on the maps in reality. The score, yeah, I love the score.
The music is a big part of the game. Jan Walta is the composer as with the first game because I think he's also a genius.
I love the music in the first game. It makes you feel that we are living in simpler times, but at the same time it's profound when it needs to be. I like this style with the projection in the cathedral. That's awesome, and the choir in there. And the acoustics, I think, are awesome. When you do acoustics in this cathedral, the voices, everything sounds bigger, larger. Awesome voices. It really makes you feel like this is half of the game. It really makes you feel like you're living in these simpler times. Music, I think, is all the time it brings you back to those times, to the times that are represented in the music. Awesome. So for me, it's like half the music, half is the
In this
game.
game, you can experience something you cannot experience anywhere else.
I think players will be really impressed by that.
My message to the fans would be you are in for a ride.
I really like how they make the style of the trailer, going from live action, making you curious, then showing you new features of the game, and then commentaries at the end showing it's releasing this year.
Thank you for all your support.
And on PC I checked that like twice to be sure.
Peaceful was on our journey.
I like it when the trailer comes out just before the game releases and you're not having to wait, even though I saw pictures of them playing with weapons through the years on social media since the first game, and I was expecting it. I was not entirely sure of its release. So
To create something unique. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be released by the end of this year.
So go and wishlist it now. I have a link also in my description, so buy it when it comes out, and thank you for watching.
See you in KCD2.
I'm Pluvia Aeterna, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.